Good evening. What we have prepared for this evening is a mix of Tito Apocrypha poems. When we were kids in school, we used to read in our textbooks, history books, the stories how Tito, when he was very small, fed all poor children with the pig's head he stole from the attic, and how he was not very fond of school, but he was a man of action. And so he said, what a guy this is. So we heard all these stories, and then Tito's birthday was an official day of the youth. And so that's a kind of apocrypha that children gather when they go to such a school. And what is the most important thing there, that when Tito's granddaughter came to my class, we were 10 years old, she was a nice girl, very good friend. But two foremost bullies are professors who presented her teacher of English and teacher of Russian. They used to beat us a lot and they were very harsh and severe. But in front of her, they were trembling like leaves. They were very afraid if she said something against them to her grandfather. So that in an age of 10, I found out what the great power is, because she was an ice queen for me. She could, with the lift of her finger, froze these two scary figures from our eyes. So it is the story that we started this poem. And when I was writing it, there was on the radio the song from the beautiful South, and the refrain that very well fits to Tito Apocrypha. So I will ask Nina to come to read this refrain during a reading. Tito Apocrypha. Tito nose on a pig's head in the attic, eyeing the street in fear that his parents might catch him. I don't give a damn, he thinks. I will escape on my bicycle. Tito riding a tram in Vienna undercover, wearing his best gray suit, thinking, why should I be any worse off than those students?
Don't marry her, marry me.
Just a short interjection. Some of these lines would cost you a year in correctional facility back then. So allow us to indulge. Belgrade, 1959. Tito observes Che Guevara at the welcoming ceremony celebrating the first official visit of the Cuban delegation. Well, look at that bearded peacock, so full on himself. All my secretaries have been drooling over that punk ever since he hit town. Well, let me tell you this, my dear beatnik comrade friend. I don't like your jerk-off name, I don't like your jerk-off face, I don't like your jerk-off behavior, and I don't like you, jerk-off, Mr. Che Guevarovsky.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Tito riding over Mount Romania, followed by old Nazor, the poet, stumbling through the snow. Vladimir, Vladimir, come on, thinks Tito benevolently. Tito waving at the rows of kids from his Mercedes. Red bandanas are tied around their necks like nooses. The sun will once grow dark, ponders Tito philosophically.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Spring 1965. Tito yells into the big black receiver addressing the notoriously violent Aleksandar Rankovic, his Minister of the Interior. You fucking idiot! Didn't I tell you that the fucking Albanians are not the problem? They are the fucking solution. The more nations you have on the leash, the easier it is to govern. Divide et impera, remember the Romans. Oh, but who am I talking to? Oh, shut the fuck up, you ignorant twat. You shoot them in the legs, not in the head, okay? You fucking fuck.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Tito is elegant even in death. Here are the mourners listed alphabetically. Bears, rhinos, lions, chess players, cineasts, circus acrobats, clerks, the corn seller at workstation number 7, Cuban cigar industry, employees of the Institute for the History of the Working Class Movement, the English Queen, Greenpeace activists, heads of tenants' councils, historical figures, hippies honor students, Ilich Ramirez Sanchez, also known as Carlos, men without mustaches, officers from firemen's clubs, opera singers, presidents of fishermen's societies, pretty women, primary school teachers, punks, reserve policemen, retired warrant officers, Sai Baba, soccer players, tailors.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Uganda, early 70s. Tito and Idi Amin are sitting in the lecturer's residence, watching a massive python devouring a live cat. Jesus, this would have happened to me had I remained aligned with Stalin, Tito says. Man, I don't feel so well. He gets up and walks to the refrigerator. You got any Schweppes bitter lemon, Idi? Come back, Marshal, and sit down here, says Amin. Nobody's allowed to mess with Idi's fridge. I am the master of all the refrigerating facilities in this country. Tito, my goodness, Walheim was right. He really is a cannibal.
Don't marry her, marry me.
As it always happens with the dictators, Tito showed up again in a balloon above Eastern Africa, pointing his binoculars at a herd of zebras. Those devils with stripes, thinks Tito to himself, they are all the same. Tito says no to Stalin in Stalin's response. I do not care anymore who gives a fuck. Do you know how to calculate? I have 21,856 of them ground into the leaves of the cotton forest. I have 300,000 secretly buried ones. I have 10 millions of those liquidated in liquidations. I have all of their IDs, their photographs of their children, their letters filled with unwarranted optimism, their pencils, small change. I've got them all neatly placed in the file.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Mid-70s. Tito's visiting the port of Split on the Croatian coast. Looking through the window of his 6-door bulletproof black Mercedes, he thinks, damn it, it's so easy to rule these people. Essentially, we're all looking for a father figure, but some men are born as their own fathers. Wow, 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 look at those 3 little pioneer bitches in miniskirts. Boy, this youth of mine has grown beautifully. How defenseless and pure they seem. Just like those Australian barbecue chicken. Stick a fork up their ass and they're done.
Don't marry her, marry me.
Thank you very much.